All right, today we're going to talk about episode 6 of the Lorwyn Eclipsed story. If you are not caught up, please go read it now. This is going to have a pretty major spoiler, so now's your chance to just swipe away till you've read it. Give it a bookmark, a like, whatever, something you can come back and check it out later. So most of the Lorwyn Eclipse story so far has been driven by a mysterious little fae that seems to have it out for Marilyn. Today we found out why. Or at least who it was. But before that, the last episode, I think episode 5, we got some exposition from Marilyn about a brother she used to have. She reveals that she was not Una's first attempt at a backup plan. Una only made Marilyn later, attempting to learn from her mistakes from her first backup plan. The first backup plan, Una made more like a successor. Someone to keep control of the Shadowmoor side while Una may not be herself. Someone she made a shapeshifter like herself. This first prince of hers ran away and began calling this wise giant that he encountered and who took him under his wing his father. Una killed the father in front of this new prince, and this prince, after swearing to never forgive her, Marilyn never sees again. A lot of this is sort of colored through Marilyn's own sort of half-formed memories from Una. All right, this is, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is your last time to swipe away. That prince was Oko. Now, this was sort of given away in episode 5, where there's a Una quote that we actually hear from Oko in, I think it's the Wildered Quest, but basically his opinion about fathers comes from sort of the cruel thing that Una said to him before killing the giant that he had called father. Now, we learn from the Omen Path arc that Oko has a son himself. Kellen is rather unique. He is half fae, half human, and he seems to have almost like these light-based powers. And we know his reunion with Kellen doesn't go great. He ends up using Kellen. And Kellen eventually rebels against him when he realizes that his father is not the man he hoped he would be. In the wake of that, Oko seems to have returned to his original home to sort of figure himself out. But over the course of the story, disguised as one of the common fairies on the plane. I should note, there's a distinction between the great fairies of the plane, like Una. That would make Oko a great fairy, and Marilyn a great fairy as well. These are sort of the high fae, where the insectile ones are like low fae. But over the course of the story, he realizes Marilyn is not just Una. Oko would have left, planeswalked away, before Marilyn was really a thing anyway. And so it's over the course of sort of spying on her after initially setting a disaster in progress to get Una killed, he realizes Una is dead, this is his sister. And in his sort of Shadowmoor form, his prince form, because he originally departed in his Lorwyn form, his Shadowmoor form is actually, like, nicer. And is mad that he hasn't gotten to really meet his sister yet. However, his plan sort of worked, and Reese comes after Marilyn and stabs her with Moonglove poison. But the students that are there, Kirill brings up Dawnglow as a possible counteragent to the Moonglow poison. But that's the big reveal from today's story. If you want to support Magic Story, make sure you're clicking on the story, clicking on the audiobook version, that's like how they get these metrics on how popular this story is. I don't usually like doing summaries because I feel like they often distract people from doing the things that would show Magic Story has interest.